Back with more Buffy. This is episode 19 of season 6. Very excited to jump back into this season because we're going to be kind of finishing it off now. These last 4 episodes now we're done with Angel. But before we get into the episode, I kind of need to talk. I don't think I've done something quite like this since School Hard. I talked for quite a lot before the reaction, so here we go. I don't enjoy doing these because I feel like I get my personality across quite well with you guys. I like to think I'm quite chill and relaxed most of the time. I like to think I can be quite tolerant of some comments. I don't like to publicly address them that often like this, because I don't like taking up time in videos just talking about it, you know, when I could reply to comments or make a post about it or whatever. But not everyone will see those posts, not everyone will see those replies to comments. I don't tend to look at the comments in Buffy videos anymore, and that's one of the reasons, actually, because I want to talk about how a lot of you did notice in the last Buffy video we had to turn the comments off, and I think a lot of it is just innocence and people getting excited, and I appreciate that, and I really love that you guys are so excited for stuff. But there was a lot of comments like, oh, just do the next Buffy now, skip Angel, do the next Buffy, you know, watch 619. Every video I've posted since that Buffy has had comments about Buffy 619. So this is clearly a big episode, and I don't like knowing it's a big episode in advance. That's kind of why I stopped looking at the Buffyverse comments, but every single video, not even Buffyverse related, completely irrelevant ones, I got messages. When are you doing 619 of Buffy? I had Instagram private messages. When are you doing the next episode of Buffy? I had Twitter messages. When are you doing the next episode of Buffy? And I got just as many comments like that about, oh, watch the opening titles for the next episode. I do tend to do that. So clearly there's going to be a change there, and I feel like that could relate to why this is a big episode of Buffy. So I'm sure that's going to tie together, and I don't like having so much foreknowledge going into an episode, and I really do, I want to get that across, I really do appreciate how excited you guys are for these reactions, but I don't appreciate those comments. I did a fundraiser this week for Black Lives Matter. I had some comments on there being like, I'm so angry. I had comments on that fundraiser. People are fucking dying. I had comments being like, oh yeah, but where's Buffy? People are dying, guys. And I know that's such a slim majority of people who are making those comments. I've had to deal with so many fucking racists this week on all social media platforms, basically. So I'm kind of just done. And we've already gotten to a point earlier this season where I had to kind of take a week off just because some of the comments are really getting to me. And I've always been saying, oh, you know, don't let them get to you. Don't take it personally. But it's my journey with Buffy. I'm going to take it personally. I'm never going to get to watch this for the first time again. You know, I've been watching the show for 2 years. We're so close to the end. I don't want to get to a point where I'm like, I'm just going to turn the comments off forever for the rest of the reactions. Because I want to go back and read all the comments again when it's safe. And be like, oh yeah, that's a really funny joke. Or, oh yeah, that's a really interesting insight. I like that. But if I have to turn the comments off, I'm not going to have that. And I can't have that to look back on when I'm done and interact with you guys properly and reply to all those comments. Which I loved about the early seasons until things got a bit escalated. And we kind of had to step away from the comments. And I completely understand the excitement. I never made those type of comments before I did reactions or anything, but I would think that, like, oh, why can't I just do the next one now? But when I've actually started doing it, I understand how fucking frustrating it is. And I know so many of you mean well, and you think you're being quite clever and smart in your comments. Trust me, you're not. I mean that so nicely, because I just get you excited. But hidden meanings are fairly obvious. And comments about, oh, just do the next one, are kind of spoilers in themselves. And be like, oh boy, you're not ready for the rest of this season. Oh boy, you're not ready for this episode. It's very frustrating when I, you know, take time out of my day and it's a very stressful time for all of us right now. Things have got even more stressful for our family recently, and my escape is to film reactions and watch Buffy, a show I absolutely fucking adore. 4 or 5 hours worth of editing for every video, upload that, and all people care about is the next episode and talking about that, instead of talking about the episode I've just uploaded and not, you know, and just alluding to future stuff as opposed to just taking it one step at a time. It pisses me off, and I don't want to express that in comments or anything, because obviously when it's just written down, it doesn't translate in how well-meaning I do mean it. And it's just kind of frustrating in that sense. And I know some people will just be brand new to my channel and don't know how long I've been watching Buffy for, because it's been 2 years now, and it's been Angel for a year. I've been following a watch order for over a year, and I'm still getting comments like, do Buffy next. And I'm sticking to this watch order because I'm only going to watch these shows once for the first time. That experience, I can never have it again. So I want to watch it the way I want to. And I get that may not match up with what you want, because you're going to want me to get to certain episodes first. I completely understand that. But maybe just internalise it and be like, oh, I'm going to be even more excited for when he gets to that episode, because I'm going to have to wait a bit. Because I always try and find the best in episodes, even if I don't particularly like them and stuff. I like to be positive on my channel, which is why I hate doing things like these, and I'm shaking because I don't want to do this, but I kind of have to, because it's just getting worse. This season, people are like, oh, you're clearly not enjoying this season, you're taking ages to get through it. It's because the watch order has me do like 4 episodes of Angel in a row, so of course that's going to take some time to get through. And it's just, yeah, it gets to me, and I don't enjoy not enjoying this experience, and why I had to like take a week off before. I'm not trying to be like, oh yeah, you know, I'm a victim, feel sorry for me, because that's not the case. Because it's just watching TV shows, but it's my experience watching them, and this show means a lot to me, and you guys mean a lot to me, and I want to maintain that relationship as positively as I can. But things have been quite crazy lately in terms of that. So just bear in mind that I am following a watch order. Don't think of it as Buffy and Angel reactions when I post them. Think of it, it's just all Buffyverse. It's Buffyverse reactions, a couple of those a week. It's not Buffy and Angel reactions. It's all blended into one now, ever since I started watching them both at the same time. So it's not like I'm ignoring Buffy or I'm ignoring Angel when I do a couple in a row. It's just my watch order. That's how I want to watch them. Please just respect that. Don't talk about or hint in any way to the future beyond what I've seen. Because then we're just going to have to get to a position where, like, we're going to turn off the comments. I can't tell you how many times I've been tempted to be like, you know what, I'm just going to apologise to them, say fuck it and just watch it on my own, because I don't want it to be spoiled for me. And I hope that there isn't, you know, I hope that this episode can still take me by surprise, even though it's clearly a big one. But, you know, if it doesn't, that's how it happens. You know, it happened with the whole Faith thing in Angel Season 1. And I don't want to kind of start resenting this journey, because it's meant so much to me, and I don't want to feel like I'm just moaning and complaining, because I know so many of you guys are lovely, and you're so well-meaning most of the time, and maybe just reread your comments time and time again, and it's been like, oh, I get comments like, oh, it's been ages since you went back to Buffy. My last Buffy reaction at time of filming this was 8 days ago. I'm getting comments complaining that I've taken too long. I don't know what more I can do, honestly. Just bear in mind, I've never gotten through a season of Buffy quicker than this, and that includes the early seasons when I wasn't watching Angel at the same time. So I don't understand those comments particularly, and it's frustrating, and it does piss me off. I'm not going to lie, I want to be honest and frank, as I always am. It does piss me off, but I don't want to kind of direct that directly at individuals or anything, because I know that will upset them, and they may not mean it, but it does, and I don't want to lie about that. And I absolutely hate having to do this, and I hate myself for feeling like I should do this, but I want to enjoy my journey because we're so close to the end. I don't want it to end on a sour note. We only have like basically one season left, and then we're never going to have this again. So why can't we just enjoy it and not feel like we need to rush it and just get to the next one? Because that really puts me off. There have been days when I've gotten comments like that, and I've been like, you know what, I'm not in the mood anymore. I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do it in a couple of days. So that's why sometimes it may have felt like it's been slow, where you expected a video and you didn't get one. It's because of stuff like that. And again, I know it's not everyone. I know most of you are wonderful. I'm really excited. But, you know, just read and reread comments, I guess. Because I don't want to have to just stop that forever, basically. And yeah, we're going at a very good pace. You know, we're doing many Buffyverse a week. And if I had a schedule, we'd be doing like one a week or something. But I don't want to do that because I want to get through this quicker for you guys. And I know a big part of my channel is the Buffyverse. A big part of my Patreon and a big part of my income is from Buffyverse reactions. And when Buffyverse reactions end, I'm going to lose a lot of my income, and I'm probably going to have to get, you know, a different job and a better job and not do this full time. I'm fully aware of that because people are only here for Buffy, and then after that they'll go. And I get it. That's absolutely fine. But I'm still not being like, I'll just do one a week to drag it out for a few years, because I know you guys are excited for this and I'm excited to watch it as well. So we're going through it at a very good place. Because if I was doing it one a week, honestly, based on how it would be going, we'd probably still be on season 4, season 5 maybe at the latest. So while this journey's happening, I just want to enjoy it as much as I can. And I think some people maybe just get caught up in the excitement, which I totally get, but I don't think maybe they realise that that then diminishes my excitement. So of course, be excited and be like, oh, why can't you just post the next one? But I'd hope you don't feel the need to comment that anymore if you do. And it's not an attack if you do make those kind of comments, because I get it, but just, you know how I feel about it now, so hopefully that will kind of die down. And I've kind of moaned and complained long enough, but I kind of needed to get that out there. And that's my, you know, that's the reasons for, like, sometimes when I don't post a video a day, or, you know, things may appear slow to you, even though we're going at a very quick pace. And like I said, I've never gotten through a Buffy season as quick as this, and yet some people, that's not enough for them, and they think I'm going quite slow. And I don't understand it. But there we go, that's everything, and I hate every second of that, but it needed to be said, and I hope you aren't kind of hurt or anything by what I've said. I apologise if I am, but that is the way it is, and hopefully we can just kind of learn and grow and change. And I want this last season and a bit of Buffy to be incredible, because this journey's been amazing. I've met so many incredible people from starting the show. I have such a wonderful community. And sometimes I get a bit overexcited, and I really appreciate that, but just don't think ahead to the future episodes or anything. Just stick to what I've seen. Remember, I am following a watch order, and that's not going to change no matter what you comment. And yeah, I just want to enjoy this ride, and I want to enjoy this episode and everything, but I just needed to get this out there. So that's that rant over, and I want to be positive again now. So I'm very excited to jump back into this season, because last episode we had this whole Spike and Anya thing, which was insane. And yeah, things are a mess, as they always are with Buffy. So yeah, I'm kind of apprehensive going into this episode. I almost don't want to look at the main titles, despite all those comments. But we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. I'll probably go for it anyway, because people wanted me to. So it is what it is. Very, very excited to get back into this season, because we are going to be kind of finishing off now. So yeah, it's getting real how close we are to the end. But regardless, let's just get into it.
I forgot how good this could feel. Us together. There was plenty of magic.
Nice.
I think something might be going on with Spike and Buffy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
She looked so hurt when she saw him with Anya. I think maybe...
They've been sleeping together.
No.
No, I mean, she told me. She didn't even mean to tell me. It just came out.
That was the problem.
Buffy?
Look at her in her shirt. Oh.
Everything is so screwed up. It's gonna be alright.
Basically.
It's complicated.
Basically.
People have...
I'll go watch TV. Downstairs really loud. I can't hear anything. Oh my god.
Dawn is all of us.
I love you guys.
Oh, hello.
Well, that can't be good.
Oh, bloody hell.
Okay. That's gonna cost you.
Yeah. If only she saw that coming. Oh. That's a very odd point in the season to add that.
I know how you feel. Maybe I can help.
Oh no.
Carl, do that to me, that bastard.
Fucking Carl.
I wish Carl's flesh would...
You know, he said it isn't me, but how... I mean... Deep down, he knew.
The next time won't be the thing that everyone's afraid of. Okay,
That would take quite something.
Do you love her?
Oh, no. It was just it's a bad day.
Did she mean Buffy?
Both of us. And we just had a few drinks and things just...
No. And not Anya. Buffy. How could you do that to her?
Because she called it off?
This big sis was treating me so well up until that point.
This is it. We found it.
What's the giveaway?
And it should still be fresh enough.
Should be. Wait a minute, what do you mean? What do you mean should be?
What?
Warren, you suck.
That would work. Oh,
Ah, balls.
good luck's package.
Now you finally have a pair.
As soon as I'm done playing.
He's so punchable, isn't he?
There's still a cold one in the fridge.
Thanks. But, I think it's still a little early for me.
Beer bad.
You don't know how hard it's been.
What, lying to me?
Oh, now, come on. You're not the king of honesty, are you, mister?
You could have told me.
You didn't want to know.
So you went to him instead.
Yeah, because you reacted so well when you found out.
God, what were you thinking?
You're asking me that? Oh, because your decision-making skills have...
I'm not saying I didn't make any mistakes.
It's over.
Yeah. There's a lot of that going around.
I feel for the guy, but he's also being a jackass. Did you ever tell about that lie in Becoming, Part 2? Breathe on the window then, right? I love you.
What about the trio's evil scheme?
I'm kind of busy working on my own.
You make me complete.
Well, you hurt. You're not moving so well.
Jesus.
Get out.
Because you love me.
No, I don't.
Why do you keep lying to yourself?
Caring about you and loving are different things.
I have feelings for you. I do. But it's not love.
Yeah.
I could never trust you enough for it to be love.
Buffy.
Spike, no! Oh, I'm hurt!
Get the fuck off her.
I know you felt it.
Please! Spike, please!
You'll feel it again, Buffy.
Please don't!
I'm gonna make you feel it.
Ask me again why I could never love you.
Buffy, oh my God.
Because I stopped you.
Ooh, man. What the fuck?
Yes, I
say in high school. Gotta go give you some too. See now, I
You're so rank.
thing that's throwing her. You hit like a girl. Well, at least I know how to get one.
Buffy's a girl. She can still kick your ass.
Come on, we have to go.
Come on, I'm ready.
Hey, it's your call. We're gonna miss that thing you wanted to do tonight if we don't leave right now. That's all I'm saying.
It's your lucky night, Shep.
Shut up, Saturday Night Fever. Oh no, he's gonna think. Oh.
Spike anymore? What did he do? Did he hurt you?
He tried. Aiden.
Knock knock.
Not now.
It's just in the neighborhood, so I thought.
I don't even want to watch Spike. Can't believe I don't want to watch Spike.
What has she done to me?
Oh yeah, blame her, yeah.
Won't let me be a monster. I can't be a man.
What you just nearly did. It'd be easier if you were a monster.
Come on. It's a little off. Is this a bad day?
It's getting better.
Please just snap his neck. I'm done with him. Ugh.
What's the matter, baby? You never found a real man before?
Oh, shut the fuck up. Ugh.
Killer. Killer!
Shut up. Shut up.
You know who I am? Huh? Slayer? You're a murderer.
You're a tiny little weasel.
Whoa, Sparky. I didn't think you had it in you.
What the hell are you doing now?
Smash his corpse.
Jonathan, praise be, there may be some hope for you. Now snap his neck.
Good night, bitch.
Yes.
I swear to God, I'm gonna take you down. Piece of... Well played, Slayer. The game's far from
Oh man. Well, I needed that fucking laugh, so thank you, whatever your name was. I've generally forgotten it. I know that's the joke, I feel so bad, but actually I don't feel bad because you're a dick, but...
You flew away and left me.
Oh, you poor thing.
He was just using me.
Oh, really? Oh.
Hanging out with us.
For a smart guy, you're fucking stupid. Where are you going? It's too happy. I don't like it.
Xander.
How did we get here?
Seen it.
I don't even know, and I've watched it.
I should have told you.
Maybe you would have. I hadn't given you so many reasons to think I'd be an ass about it.
Guess
And then
you're
proved you were.
Things lately we're not proud of.
I don't know what I'd do without you and Will.
Let's not find out.
Oh.
I love you. You know that, right?
Buffy,
Oh, for fuck's sake.
think again.
You're sure? Tara?
Sweet fancy Moses, where the hell did he... Oh, God.
Tara? Baby? Baby, come on. Come on.
Buffy.
No.
What the fuck? She's dead. Oh. Okay, where to begin? Like most of season 6, that was really good but really uncomfortable. Particularly the big two standout moments, I would say, with Spike and Buffy and then Tara at the end. Fuck. I figured something big was going to happen with Tara. She was credited in the main titles, and as soon as that came up, the first thing I had in the back of my head was when people were telling me, way back when, that Joss Whedon wanted Jesse to be in the main titles, but they couldn't afford to like make an alternative titles, so they had to get rid of it to like be a surprise when they killed him. That was the first thing I thought of, and so I figured that was going to tie into it. And people were hyped for this one, so yeah, that was a lot. I don't even want to talk about it, but I did take a little while. I've taken half an hour to like, kind of try and wrap my head around everything. Where do I even start? Where do I even begin? We'll talk about some like the more minor characters in the episode, I suppose. I did enjoy Dawn's presence. I loved her getting very excited over Tara and Willow. Thanks, Joss. She was a big mood there. And I also really enjoyed the scene between her and Spike when she kind of confronted him. Again, it's a complicated situation because, you know, Buffy did kind of draw a line under it with Spike and said, you need to move on, you need to move past this. And then she got mad when he moved past it. So I don't think it was entirely fair for Dawn to blame him for that. But after this episode, I really couldn't give less of a shit about Spike, to be honest. I would be happy to never see him again, and that makes me so sad. I mean, we will, because he's obviously gone off to do something. But yeah, that's definitely that's a big impact on my view of him, for sure. And we always have the kind of thing where I know he's a soulless vampire, but with that, as soon as like Buffy pushed him away, he was kind of like, oh my god, what have I done? I'm sorry. Like, he realised what he did straight away. So he has that morality in him. He knew that was wrong to do. So it's not like, oh, you know, he's a soulless vampire, of course he's going to do something like that, because he knew it was wrong. So it's still kind of ingrained in him that that's morally wrong, even as a soulless vampire. So, I mean, you shouldn't make excuses for someone acting like that anyway. That was hideous. That whole scene was just so uncomfortable. Man, yeah, that was not fun. But I was talking about Dawn, I went on a tangent there. But yeah, I did enjoy her presence. I also enjoyed the levity that Anya brought to the episode for the most part. Again, not like a big role in things, because she's outside of the main Scooby gang, so it's kind of the Cordelia syndrome with that. But I did really enjoy the scene with her and that random woman who was trying to say, oh, I wish this would happen, and Anya kept interrupting her, kind of complaining about Xander, which was very funny. I did enjoy that, and I'm glad we had some fucking funny moment in this episode. Well, that and, what's his fucking name? The blonde nerd with the jetpack, like, that was funny as well. Is it Andrew, or was Andrew his brother? This is driving me nuts, because I know people make a joke out of not forgetting his name, but I've genuinely forgotten it. Right, I've written it down somewhere here. I must have done. I've got my notes from earlier in the season. Come on, it must be here somewhere. Andrew. Yeah, with Andrew flying up. Yeah, that was funny as well. So those moments were kind of nice, and I am intrigued as to where they're going to take Anya's story now that she's kind of a bit of an outsider in the group and a vengeance demon again and everything. I wonder what's going to happen with that. I feel like maybe what's happened with Tara could bring her back into the fold, because obviously she's friends with Tara, maybe she'd want to help. Maybe she could just be vengeance demon against the trio, maybe. I would very much fucking like that. But I also think Willow's fucking coming for them with that ending, with her eyes going all red and like, and I'm here for it. So, fuck. My thoughts are going to be all over the place with this one. I think you can probably understand that. I think you can excuse it, given the heaviness of this episode. But yeah, Dawn and Anya, I liked their kind of scenes. I enjoyed the Willow and Tara stuff until the end. It was nice to kind of have some wholesome couple scenes. They're just being happy. And again, no couple can be happy. I just had this complaint with Angel. I have the complaint again, where couples can be together and happy and be interesting. Like, please. It's just overdone and I'm bored of it. I'm just bored of it. I'm so done after this week and everything. I'm just gonna say what I want to say. But yeah, that's so fucking unfair. Tara is literally like the best character this season. Literally like the best character this season, and they killed her. I really want the next episodes to be all like Widow's going "Rah!" and then Tara's like, oh, thank God I wore this bulletproof vest. Thank God for that. I'd be okay with that. But that's not going to be what it is, because we can't enjoy anything in the Buffyverse. Oh, man. And it was fucking Warren as well. Imagine, oh, why would you take such a good character and then kill her off at the hands of Warren? And he accidentally, like, shot it up the fucking thing as well. So that's my thing, like, all of the bad, horrible, awful things the trio have done this season, they've done by accident. They accidentally killed Katrina. They've accidentally killed Tara. Those are like the big significant things that they've done that make them think, oh God, they're like a credible threat. And they did it by accident. And I can see why that's kind of the point in the escalation of the things, because it's supposed to be like innocent nerds and everything. And I'm very glad we have one redeeming thing with Jonathan kind of telling Buffy, like, you need to stop him. This is how you do it. In that moment. That was good. There's some kind of redemption with Jonathan a bit there. And I still can't entirely forgive him. But I'm just not in a forgiving mood this episode, honestly, after the whole Spike thing. But yeah, I'm just done with the trio. I know they have fans. For me, I don't get it. I'm just going to be frank now, because I'm done with trying to sound nice. They've not done it for me this season. Maybe they're going to have an incredible 3 more episodes. I don't know. But, yeah. I mean, the backpack, him flying off in the jetpack, I just think it's so stupid. Ugh. I can understand what they're trying to do with it and how it is clever, but it's just not working for me. Even though I understand the complexities and stuff with it. Just one of those things, I guess. You know, not every villain's going to work for everyone. You know, I'm sure there's some things I've loved about the show that a lot of you people are being like, what the fuck are you talking about? And this would just be another example of that, I guess, but maybe the other way around. But who knows? You know, maybe something great will come of this, but, you know, the major things and the major marks they've left on the show for me this season have been accidents on their part. And I guess, like, hapless villains being a bit different's cool and everything, and I don't know. Just not for me, I guess. But they're effective enough villains, you know. They're not fucking she-mantises. They're not fish people. They're not the giant penis demon. They're not the old lady who was like sexually repressing the kids she looked after, or whatever the fuck was going on and where the wild things are. So they're infinitely better than those bastards. But as a big bad, if it was like a couple of episodes, I think I'd have been okay with it. As a big bad, they just haven't done it for me. But that's just my opinion, I guess, and that's okay. It's just how I feel, and I'm not going to lie. It's got to be honest. So yeah, I'm just so beyond done with Warren and Andrew in particular. He's just such a hateable guy. Like, the actors do a fantastic job, because I hate them. I hate them. I need Warren to fucking suffer. He's just such a like sexual predator, and he thinks all this, you know, he just craves dominance over people. You know, he gets such a kick out of like beating up Buffy, but it's because of those magic balls. That I do actually quite liked, like this object that they stole from this demon thing, disguising as a demon, that made them stronger and stuff. That I liked that aspect. Then they just use it to like trick themselves into thinking their dicks are big, you know, and it's just like, ugh, just done with it. And again, if it was a one and done kind of arc, but the fact that we've just had this same thing all season, and they didn't learn from what happened with Katrina, which was awful and horrendous. The fact that they just kind of sweep that under the rug, and they haven't even like mentioned it in a little while now. And Jonathan's been the only one who's mentioned it, I think, since it really happened. I'm like, oh, where's the development there? You haven't really gotten some until now, where Andrew's like, you know what, I think he wasn't our friend, I think he was just playing us all this time. Fucking really? Jesus Christ. It was just like, ugh. they're so smart and yet so stupid that it just irritates me. I get irritated by those scenes as opposed to trying to analyse it and see their side of the story. But you can't because they're just gross. Jonathan's on his way to redeeming himself a bit. Thank you, Jonathan, for doing a half-decent thing. Well done for speaking up and doing something, but you did it a bit too late, so, you know, I'm not going to applaud him for changing his ways when he's done all this bad in the first place. Because you did the right thing, congratulations, I'm going to praise you until the cows come home. No. But yeah, Warren is just gross and I hate him. Even more so now, poor fucking Tara. Ugh. Must be so mad. So fucking mad. And you kill off a gay character as well. Just why? Why? Maybe it's going to be a great story. I feel like Willow's just going to be like, well, I mean, Glory didn't even kill Tara. She that turned her brain to mush, and Willow was like, you will be destroyed. Blah, blah, blah. Now that Tara's been murdered, fuck, the world's going to explode. She's going to be like, Thanos, just do that, and then the world's going to explode, and then that's the end of the show. Season 7's about, I don't know, a parallel universe Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But, oh, I just don't know. I don't think that's a smart move, killing her off, because she was the moral centre as well. I guess that's what they're going for, because this season's all about life being just shit. So the one person who like didn't really have anything to repent for and wasn't like hiding secrets or anything, the one who was being supportive and caring and loving, she's the one who dies. And I guess that's the point. But I hate it. You don't need to do that. We got the point before you killed Tara of what this season was going for. Oh, she's just so sweet, and that's... oh, I'm so mad. So mad. But we'll see what happens with it, I guess, and what Willow's going to do. I think it's not going to be pretty, basically. But if she's like going to make the trio suffer, I'm kind of here for it. Or just do another resurrection spell. I know it'd bring some evil spirit back with her or something, but you got through it before. Do it again. I don't give a shit. I mean, I do. That's not a good idea. And Tara wouldn't want that anyway. She wouldn't want, after how good Willow's been with magic, she wouldn't want her to fall back onto that for anything. So that's not a good idea. I take it back. I take it back. What Spike can't take back, though, is what he did. And he's yet another sexual predator along with Warren in this episode. Because before, up till now, you know, like, Buffy didn't treat him very well either. And he didn't treat her particularly well. She kind of used him, and she was open and honest about that. But he still just had it wired in his brain. It was the chip wired him up, and now it's wired in his brain that she genuinely loved him. And she was even... when she said, I have feelings for you, but it's not love, that's the most open she's been with him this entire season. And then he goes and does that. And then afterwards he was like, oh, why is she doing this to me? Like it's all her fucking fault that you tried to rape her, you fucking creep. Oh, man. That was so awful to watch, so uncomfortable. Oh, I'm glad he didn't do it. I'm glad they didn't go all the way there. Oh. I don't even want to talk about that, because that's just so awful. I'm just so sad that Spike did that. As someone who loved his character, I don't know if I can get past that ever again. So that makes me sad. But at the same time, that's who Spike... well, it shouldn't... no, it's not even who Spike is, because he knew that was wrong as soon as it happened. I don't know, it's just an escalation of things, and I think the build-up was there, you know, the way he's like treated her during their sexcapades, shall we say, in the past. There's been a lot of violence in their relationship, and that was just a whole other level where they blurred the lines between sex and violence, as basically as blurred as it can fucking get. So uncomfortable. I don't know how They're going to recover from that. They're going to have to do a fucking lot with Spike to make me even want to watch scenes with him. Because how do you get past that? It's like Warren's just through and through a sleaze and a predator and gross and horrible. But Spike has had moments, even without a soul, whereas Warren has a soul. Spike has had moments of like genuine care and affection for people, and that just makes it all the worse in this situation. Yeah, it was very uncomfortable. I don't know when they're going to go with it. After everything they put Buffy through this season, why did they add that on top? It just feels like a bit much, doesn't it? I mean, normally I'd be like, oh, well, the worst you could do to a character is kill them. They've killed her fucking twice. Oh, man. That's rough. I don't know if I could ever get past that, so we'll see what Spike's mission is off to do. I loved Xander just letting Buffy kind of cover for it when Willow burst in afterwards. I love that he was like the one to find her after Warren attacked him and everything, and his instinct was like to go and kill Spike, because I bet he nearly killed him in the last episode. I bet he really wishes he had now, because his friend would have kind of avoided that. But at the same time, Xander in this episode pissed me off a bit in how mad he got at Buffy, even though he's proving her right as to why she didn't tell him. And he came to that realisation at the end. That scene with them on the bench was probably my favourite scene of the episode, outside of the Tara and Willow wholesomeness, and Dawn freaking out about Tara and Willow as well. I loved that scene where Xander was like, you know, I can't do this without you two. And Buffy was like, well then don't, and they made up. That was such a lovely, lovely scene. And I wish we had more Buffy and Xander scenes. I really love them whenever we get them. That was so nice, them making up, and at least something kind of got patched up, you know, after all the confusion. But again, that doesn't excuse Xander being an absolute jackass earlier in the episode in his reaction. But at the same time, he's very upset over everything that happened with Anya, but he had no right to judge Buffy for keeping this secret from him when he's kept so many secrets from her in the past. It's just a very complicated mess this season. I'm really not looking forward to doing a review for this season. It's going to be 70 hours. Man. But regardless, I like that Xander did kind of come to that realisation in the end, and they made peace. That's a really, really lovely scene with those two. And it was nice to have like a lovely wholesome scene in an episode all about like sexual predators and sexual dominance, and Warren and Spike just being the worst, basically. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I don't really know what else more to say, to be honest. I don't even know, I can't even remember what I've talked about. I'm just so... I couldn't even like take in the shock at the end there with Tara, because the episode was just over then. I was like, oh shit. But she looked pretty dead. And I'm very angry. I don't know, it's also because ever since her and Willow broke up, they've kind of wasted her. Whenever we've seen her, she's been so good, and they could have done a really interesting like solo storyline for her and followed her like on her own, and trying to make her like make something of herself outside of her relationship with Willow. And her and Buffy had such a nice bond going as well, and she had lovely scenes with that. They could have done some really cool like Tara-centric stuff, but they just didn't. She just wasn't in an episode, or she was in like 2 scenes. Then they kill her as soon as they get back together. I feel like they just did Tara dirty with that, and that makes me mad, because she was so great this season. And I just want to cry because it's not fair, because she was so lovely. Oh. We'll see. I mean, this is going to have a hell of an impact, and it's going to be a hell of a story, I think, what's going to happen next. What Willow's going to do next with this, but I'd rather Tara just be okay and alive, because that's not fair. But yeah, this was a very, very good episode, very strong. I did enjoy Buffy beating the shit out of Warren. Andrew realisation about who Warren really is. and Jonathan starting to kind of repent a bit, just accept his fate there and help Buffy out and telling him how to stop Warren. But again, they have something going for them, and they do this stupid fucking jetpacks. As funny as that scene with Andrew was, just Warren like yeeting off into space. Like, where the fuck did you go? Where are you going? Where are you going? Yeah, it's a bit too much for me. It's like the freeze way and everything. It was just a bit too much. But it's just not for me, that kind of story with them, I guess. But again, I haven't seen the full story yet, so maybe they will win me over. They're going to need to do a lot to win me over killing Tara so horribly, and just by Warren, no less. And by Warren just going, "Rah!" Shoot up there. And even Buffy's been shot as well. Like, they can't kill her again, surely. 3 times? So what they're going to do with that, I just don't know where they're going with there's still 3 episodes left. Like, what the hell do you do? And that felt like the penultimate episode of a season. There's still 3 episodes. How are they going to fill that? And they're going to have to do a lot with Spike as well to make me even want to see more of him. Because I don't want to see him. But regardless, it was an excellent, excellent episode. But they really need to make it worth it, I think, to warrant what's going to happen next. They're really going to have to prove that the decisions they made in this episode were worth it. That they're just going to have to, otherwise, why? Man, very intense, very difficult to watch. A lot of Season 6 has been like that, but particularly this one, for many, many obvious reasons. I'm still very much in shock, actually, from this episode. I feel like I haven't fully grasped and processed it. I'm just so mad about Tara. So mad. And the whole Spike thing, I'm just done. I'm just done with him. I'm done with the trio. But at the same time, I'm very excited to see where they're going to go with this, with these next 3 episodes, and what they're going to do with that. Kind of insane. So yeah, really fantastic episode, but very uncomfortable, and they kind of still need to make this episode worth it. But I won't know that, if it is worth it, until we finish the season off, which we will be doing in the next cycle of Buffyverse. It's going to be all Buffy, obviously, because we finished Angels Season 3. And then, yeah, we'll be on to the final season after that. 25 episodes left of Buffy, guys. Crazy. But yeah, very good episode. But where do we go from here? Yeah, I'm going to go cry about Tara for about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 5 weeks. Punch a wall, maybe. I don't know. Just down a bottle of my own tears, I guess. Man, a lot to think about on this episode. This is going to be something I think I need to touch up again on in my review. Talk about this episode in particular, I think, because I can't even remember what I've said and what I've talked about in this episode. So we're going to leave it there anyway, because I've taken up too much of your time already with this video, I imagine. But yeah, great episode. They just need to make it worth it, I think. And yeah, very excited to finish the season, see where they're going to go with all this though. But regardless, I'm so mad and sad in equal measure. So yeah, that's that. And until my next reaction, thanks for watching.